Hey everybody, it's Kim. Welcome back to A Brief on Grief. Today I wanted to share a bit about how did we adapt these habits that are so unhealthy for dealing with loss and grief. Um, the myths explain it. So what I'm going to do today is start to, sharing with you a bit about the myths about dealing with grief, what we've learned from the people around us, from the people that raised us, to our friends, to culture. There are six main ones. Today I'll probably just introduce the first one. So, when we're growing up and when we're young, we automatically see and emulate the behaviors and patterns that we see our parents and siblings do, specifically our parents. But we can sometimes learn from older siblings too. But we automatically think that what our parents are doing, our mom and dads are doing, and their thoughts and beliefs about stuff is automatically right. So, and that what they're telling us must be right, so that we must learn how to do things and believe things and think things like they do. So, if one of our parents shares with us a strategy for dealing with loss and grief in suggestions or in nonverbal behavior, then we automatically assume that's the right way to do it. So we gain those same patterns. So I'm sure you can sit back and think about different patterns, not only just loss and grief, but different patterns that you may have inherited from your family. That's pretty interesting and eye-opening when you sit and think about it. I can definitely think of some amazing things that I've acquired from my family and some not so amazing things that I've acquired with my family. But hence, the not so terrific things are where the work is. I now get to decide how I want to see the world and how is a healthy way to do things. And it may not always match how you were originally taught. But it makes sense as kids that we want to emulate and we want to copy what our parents are doing, because we're in a very vulnerable state as kids, that we want to belong, we want to be accepted, we want to be loved by our parents and our family. So it makes sense that we want to do things like they do things and not go against what they think or do. So I'll just jump right into the first grief myth pattern. So I'm not going to tell you it right away, but you'll probably be able to guess it. How many of you remember hearing comments such as this when you're suffering, whether it was a kid or whether you're an adult? So somebody might say, "Oh, don't cry," or "Don't feel bad," don't waste sadness on this person," or "Crying won't help," or "Crying won't bring your dog back," or "Won't change your friend's mind," or "Bring your friends back if they moved away." So all of those messages have a common undertone, and this is the first myth that says, "Don't feel badly." So, in a time when we're dealing with a loss that's very, very painful and we're grieving, we're being told that to not feel bad, that the way we're feeling is not right, and that we should do whatever we can to not feel that. So our parents show us this. Our society shows us this. Maybe other people in our family or in our friend group. Our parents learned it from their parents, our grandparents learned it from their grandparents. It's a vicious cycle, and that's how inherited trauma is passed down through generations. That's a whole other topic that's very fascinating. But anyway, so yes, I think this is one of the most harmful of the myths. Maybe that's why they put it as number one in the book. It's basically telling us that we should not feel what we feel. And if we feel sad or angry or confused or lost or worried, any of these combinations that are combined in grief, that we should not, that's wrong. And what's so harmful about this message that just came to me like a few minutes ago is that anything that we shouldn't be doing, that should word, is always linked to another S word. Not the one you're thinking of. Shame. So anytime we're told that we're not supposed to do something, we're not supposed to feel something that we do feel or that we are doing, there's shame attached to it. So on top of the feelings that you already have that you're struggling with the loss, then shame gets compounded onto it. Shame's a huge topic. That's a word I never even was aware of till like 6 years ago, maybe. Yeah. Brene Brown, she's the queen of shame. She, amazing work. Go and check her out if you haven't heard of her. But yeah, so you got the weight of your grief, and then you got shame on top of it, telling you you're not supposed to feel like this. And that kind of leads into all the other myths that I will share with you too. So yeah, I don't think I need to say anything more on that. I'll just let you think on that and think how prevalent that was maybe in your childhood or even is in your beliefs about it today. Kind of link to the last video that I did sharing from Glennon Doyle's book about how she grew up thinking that she wasn't supposed to be upset, that she was just supposed to be happy. And if she was upset, it meant that she was doing something wrong or that she was failing as a human being or as a woman. So it's a crucial topic. It's a very crucial topic. So I'm glad I'm sharing this with you right now. That's so funny because just as I was thinking of closing this video, a song popped into my head. Remember, is it Bobby McFerrin? Don't worry, be happy now. Ooh, 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 ooh. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. Be happy. There you go. A song right there that's telling you, don't be sad, don't feel bad, be happy. I mean, I can understand the undertone of it, but that's an example of something in culture that emphasizes those things that we learn as young kids about how to deal with loss and grief. So I think if I were to rewrite that tune, I might say, don't resist it. Do, 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 do. It will persist. Do, 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 do. So just feel it all. That's my version. Okay, everybody. Be brave. Be vulnerable. Choose to feel it all. Lots of love until next time.